I first found out about Cunningham Sons from Martin, because he came back from walking the dogs a couple of times to say that he had been looking at some houses that had been developed in a park near where we lived. He'd sort of seen the progress going on over a couple of weeks, had started asking as he was sort of walking past the owners who had done some of the work, who would they recommend. We decided to have an extension on the back of the house using a piece of the garden that was really unusable.
It seems like quite a while ago since we first met Ricky. When he came to the house originally, we were interviewing a number of different builders, as you do, but the rapport I had with him at the time just gave me increased confidence.
One of the things that I found really useful was that Ricky took us to see a couple of finished projects, so we were actually able to see how they'd used the space creatively, which helped us make decisions for ours.
So we'd had some initial plans drawn up and some ideas about how we wanted the project to proceed, but I think what I enjoyed about working with Ricky was the fact that once he'd seen the plans, he was willing to give an opinion, he was willing to put forward some ideas. But
he had a real input
exactly,
into
but he did it in
the design of the room.
And he did it in a way where he was working with you to get the best for you, rather than necessarily either being overly critical.
It was collaborative.
It was collaborative.
So Ricky was quite helpful with his suggestions about what would or wouldn't add value, and if he felt that we were overdeveloping, he'd let us know.
He wouldn't allow us to spend money unnecessarily. I never felt that was actually being talked into work. All the work that was undertaken was either work that we had planned originally or had come about through working with Ricky as the partnership progressed. I think, Ricky's got a very easy nature about him.
Yeah.
And so as a result, nothing is a problem, there's no chaos.
It's not intrusive.
No, and if there are things with any build that aren't to plan, he's there for solutions, not necessarily to compound the problem.
For me, it was the attention to detail. So the brickwork, or the bricks that were used, matched the brickwork that we already had in the house. So it didn't look like it was an extension. It looks as though it's just a continuation of what was already there.
I think whenever you do any kind of building, I think it's got to be in partnership. One of the nice things about working with Ricky was the fact that we could leave him keys. He had full access to the property, but at no point was it a concern. I had every trust in him and all the people he works with.
One of the big things for me was that they were really respectful of not just property but of us as well. There was never any bad language. They were incredibly polite, Ricky and the whole of the team. Even though we were living on a building site, it never felt like we were living on a building site. When some of our friends have been looking to have development work in the future, we've recommended Ricky to them as well.
Yeah, without hesitation. One of the nice things is that having got to the end of the two projects that we've undertaken with Ricky, on both occasions we've been happy and proud to sort of show the results off. We haven't had to feel that we've had to close a room or hide a mark or just move stuff around. The quality of workmanship is there for all to see, and people comment on it.